One of the most notorious bank robbers of the Dirty 30s would spend time in Indiana prisons before escaping from county jails in both Ohio and Indiana. This was the era of bank robbing hotshots who gained infamy at a time when the average America was struggling to even eat. Who is this infamous robber? John Dillinger. Let's take a look at his time in jail and prison. First, let's explore his early life. Known as Johnny, Dillinger's early life was filled with delinquency and misbehavior. He was raised in Indianapolis, Indiana, and moved not too far to Mooresville, Indiana with his family at the age of 18. Dillinger's first major arrest would come in 1922 for auto theft. This continued to sour his relationship with his father. Dillinger would attempt to set himself straight by joining the Navy, but would also fail here. He would desert and be dishonorably discharged. He would return to Indiana and marry, but without a job, he was left to figure out how to support his family. This would lead to his first prison stint. In a not-so-thought-out plan, Dillinger and his accomplice would rob a grocery store, getting $50, which is about $870 today. He would confess to his crime due to his father convincing him to take responsibility. This would be a mistake. Dillinger would receive a 10 to 20 year sentence to be served in the Indiana Department of Correction. Dillinger's father would feel at fault for the harsh sentence and would later push for his early release from prison, another mistake made by his father. The prison Dillinger would be sent to was a well-known and historic Indiana prison. The current name is Pendleton Correctional Facility, which was changed in 1996. It was known then as Indiana Reformatory. Located in central Indiana and opened in 1923, Dillinger had the pleasure of staying in an almost brand new prison. This prison was built to replace the original Indiana Reformatory in Clarksville, Indiana, which suffered substantial damage due to a fire. Dillinger had already become bitter upon his admittance to prison, saying, "I will be the meanest bastard you ever saw when I get out of here." Dillinger would be praised while in prison for his work at the garment factory. At the time, he would double his quota. He was also known for playing second base for the prison baseball team. The baseball team was considered semi-pro. Even the then Governor Harry Leslie would watch games. The local Indianapolis newspaper, the Indianapolis Star, would write, "His play was marvelous, both in the field and at bat." There were also reports that Dillinger would steal from the prison commissary, hurting his chances at future parole hearings. While in prison, his wife would divorce him on the grounds that he was a convicted felon. This would be a gut punch to Dillinger. The news of the divorce, along with him wanting to pursue baseball, would lead to a transfer request to Indiana State Prison, who supposedly had a better team. The governor remarked, "I saw this lad play baseball this afternoon, and let me tell you, he's got major league stuff in him. What reason can there be for denying him this request? It might play an important part in his reformation." The transfer would play an important role, but not for the reasons the governor thought. While in prison, Dillinger would make friends and plan his crimes. He would be paroled after 8.5 years and return to crime. Some would say Dillinger wasn't a successful bank robber, but rather a successful escape artist. Not long after his release from Indiana State Prison, he was back in jail for a bank robbery in Lima, Ohio. Dillinger also helped plan the escape of his friends from Indiana State Prison, who in turn would break him out of county jail. Small-town jails were much different than today. The accomplices only had to deal with a deputy and the sheriff, who was shot dead. Dillinger and his gang robbed banks and police arsenals. They made their way to Arizona by way of Florida and were taken into custody there. Before moving on, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you enjoy this content. Dillinger was transported to the county jail in Crown Point, Indiana, where he would stand trial for the murder of an East Chicago police officer. Here, the legend of John Dillinger grew. The sheriff called the jail escape-proof. There is even an image of the sheriff smiling after he was told by Dillinger that he would escape. Authorities said he fashioned a fake gun out of wood, while others have said he smuggled in a real gun. Some even said he had bribed prison staff. It will likely never be known what actually occurred. On March 3rd, 1934, he would pull out the gun during morning exercise and go through 5 doors to exit the jail. Following the escape, the Chicago Daily News would describe Dillinger as an industrial woodcarver, Bible student, bank robber, and murderer. It almost seemed like the media had an infatuation with Dillinger. Dillinger would continue his infamous bank robberies with his gang. The crime spree would continue until he was caught, dead or alive. There would be more shootouts and tips received that the FBI would act on. Dillinger even had plastic surgery to continue to evade authorities. Dillinger would never evade forever. The FBI would finally catch up with him in Chicago, Illinois after he exited a movie theater, where he watched a Manhattan melodrama starring Clark Gable. This would be the end. The FBI would cut him down when he tried to run. He would be dead on July 22, 1934 at only 31 years old. He is buried in the largest cemetery in Indianapolis, Crown Hill Cemetery, which is also the resting place of many Indiana politicians. John Dillinger has left a lasting effect on jails and prisons in Indiana. He may be the best escape artist in Indiana history. While many then and today look at Dillinger with an almost celebrity aura, he was nothing more than a cold-blooded killer. Let me know your thoughts on Johnny in the comments. As always, see you next time.